1 2 1 2. Can I get everybody's attention? So, this is a live broadcast. It's going to start in about 2 minutes. And what we're going to be wanting you to do as the live studio audience is when you get the cue to make a lot of noise and clap and do that good stuff. We have had a change in plans. Sweeng is not here, which changes the way this whole thing has to function. For the purpose of the broadcast, we're going to make it work, but as opposed to 3 comedians here, initially every month I'm going to bring Nate out. Nate and I are going to have a conversation, which Nate will be funny. Then we're going to go to break, and then we're going to come back, and then Nate will do a short stand-up set, and then he will talk again. So that's an adjustment that we had to make because 2 of the comedians are not here.
This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time, and when I'm not using my GPS to navigate the land of 1,000 dances, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio .world.
If you or a family member are 55 or over and need nursing home level care, but want to keep living where you are, check out Providence Elder Place PACE. This program offers healthcare, housing, transportation, and recreational activities. There are no co-pays or deductibles, and it's covered through Medicare and Medicaid. Providence Elder Place PACE works to keep you healthy and in your home. Call 206-320-5325 or visit providence.org Elder Place. Providence.org Elder Place.
Kind of nonsense conversation are we having here?
The Neon Ghost Show. The Neon Ghost Show. Right here on Rainier Rainier Avenue Radio .world.
Right about now.
Rainier Avenue Radio .world. I'm so tired. I have to pee.
This is Karen Z with Rainier Avenue Radio .world. And we want to hear from you. Our goal is to amplify and share the diverse voices of Southeast Seattle residents. Do you know of an engaged community member who should be featured in a community spotlight? Tell us about them. Do you know of an upcoming family-friendly, educational, or cultural event coming up? Tell us about it. If you have news to share, contact us by emailing rainieravenueradio.world@gmail.com. Once again, please email us at rainieravenueradio.world@gmail.com.
Welcome to the coronavirus pandemic. I'll take coronavirus for 100. Fever, chills, shortness of breath, loss of taste or smell. What is stay at home and isolate? Correct. Coronavirus for 200. Inability to stay awake, persistent pain or pressure in chest, trouble breathing. What is seek immediate help? Correct.
Coronavirus for 500.
Crippling and potentially dead infectious disease eliminated the United States with vaccination.
What is the polio vaccine?
Correct.
I'll take coronavirus for 700.
The Daily Double! Should I take the coronavirus vaccine? Wait. Hold up. This is not a game. It's time for serious discussions. We have coronavirus vaccines, but not everyone is comfortable taking them. Here's the facts. Based on what has been proven about vaccines for other diseases, COVID-19 vaccine may help keep you from getting seriously ill, even if you do get the virus. Getting vaccinated also may protect people around, particularly those at greater risk for severe illness from COVID-19. We don't yet have all of the answers. Get informed, talk to your healthcare physician, and make the right decision for you. This is a message supported by the Washington State Department of Health.
Rainier Avenue Radio.world is your 24/7 digital media hub. Tune in at Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and TuneIn apps.
Good evening and welcome to Rainier Avenue Radio in our celebration of Black History Month. Happy Black History Month. We're so happy to be here to do this for you. And for those of you who are watching, we also have a live in-studio audience. So we're excited about that too. Joining us is going to be Mr. Nate Jackson of the Super Funny, and we're going to talk about all that good stuff. We're celebrating black comedy tonight. The place that black comedy has had in our history, the number of black comedians, the way that comedy has been used to heal us, the way that comedy has been used to solve our differences, and of course, just make us feel as though we had that unique bond of understanding what that comedy meant. There are some things that you can say as a black person that you'll find funny to each other. And y'all know what I'm talking about. That other people, it would be offensive to hear about that. As we celebrate Black History Month, I'll give you some basic fundamental information. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about it because you can Google that. But in 1926, Carter G. Woodson essentially had enough of not knowing the history of people like him and the accomplishments that we had. And so it started out as Negro History Week. As we all know, if we don't record and write our history, someone else will do that. And then it won't be our history. In the 70s, that turned into Black History Month. And so what we're choosing to do here at Rainier Avenue Radio, there are a number of events taking place celebrating Black History Month, but for us, we decided that not only we're going to celebrate this all month long, we're going to present with you a Black history experience, because we're not just one thing. And even though we do experience a number of these things in the same way because of our skin color, we internalize them differently. So you'll be hearing conversations and seeing conversations and hearing music and performances all month long right here on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. On Thursday at 5 o'clock, there will be discussion with Dr. Jesse Wineberry where they will be reviewing the Brown versus the Board of Education, and they'll be talking about the impact of that, and then also the desegregation of schools in Little Rock, Arkansas, and remembering about that. And then we'll be talking about I-200, which was just rescinded here earlier. That's what's going on this week, and then we'll also be broadcasting on Friday at 1 o'clock, the impacts of the coronavirus is having on our black communities. And then Friday night, we're going to broadcast the Old Day Rainier Beach basketball game as well. Now, I know if there were people from Rainier Beach in here, I'd be hearing some noise already. So. And we've got a whole series of events coming up for you. Blacks in Trades, where Mark Schley will be basically telling you about trades and the ability for you to become your own boss. We'll be having health and wellness discussions. And then at the end of the month, for the grand finale, it'll be 3 days of celebrating Black Wall Street. So when I say Black Wall Street, I'm hoping that everybody knows what I'm talking about so that I don't have to go into great detail about this right now. But Tulsa had developed a self-sufficient community of black people. We owned hospitals, we owned hotels, we owned restaurants, we owned hair salons, we owned everything. They didn't have to leave that community. Very quickly, what happened in 1921 was a young black man was accused of whistling at a young white girl. The police arrested him, and the black folks in the community, which also consisted of veterans, knew that he was going to be lynched. That is a difference back then than now. It's not that we aren't facing different types of oppression. And so the city gathered, the black people from Tulsa gathered, went down to the police department to protect the young man. Now, at this point, the young lady said, no, it didn't even really happen. But at that point, the white members of the community were too riled up, and they were also unhappy that the black community had gathered to save one of their own. Well, the very next morning, it used to be called a race riot, but it wasn't a race riot, it was a massacre. The white folks of Tulsa destroyed 36 acres of property owned by black people, burned it down to the ground. If you go to Tulsa today, you'll see a mass grave with hundreds of black people in that grave that aren't even identified. That's what the city of Tulsa lived with in silence for over 100 years until the anniversary. So now there is a museum there. But there are also great stories of Black Wall Street. So what we're going to bring up to you for the 25th, the 26th, and the 27th are artifacts from authentic Black Wall Street descendants. Now, this isn't the stuff that's in the fancy museum, and the museum is cool, but these are historical artifacts that you'll be able to see from successful people in the 1920s and what they had. And our specific exhibit that we're bringing up is the women of Black Wall Street. And remember, this is in the 20s. So incredible stuff. We'll have some folks come up for that discussion as well. But we're kicking this whole thing off tonight with Black Comedy Night. And that means it's going to be super funny because we have Mr. Nate Jackson here. So Nate and I are going to talk for a minute and share some stories and talk about Black History Month. And I'm sure Nate at some point will do a little comedy for you. He's going to be funny the whole time. You know what? Let me bring him out right now. A young man who I'm so proud of. He's won so many awards. He's been on a number of different movies and productions. He owns the largest nightclub in the state of Washington. Please welcome our very own super funny Nate Jackson. So, you know, Nate, I'm familiar with your background and the effort that you put into getting to where you are right now. But the first thing that I want to say to you and for everyone here is this is history. This man right here is history. Give me a round of applause. And the thing about Black history is it's happening every day. And so we also have to remember that we make sure and acknowledge those who are creating history as we speak. That's how we begin to secure our history. So congratulations on being a history maker, man.
Oh, man, thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you for the warm response to me. I appreciate that from you guys. I didn't know I was going to be told it as historic myself, I would have dressed differently. I'll say that now. Goodness gracious, I got on tie-dye sweats. When I tell you I was chilling. So what Tony's talking about when he talks about making history, I think he's talking about the Super Funny Comedy Club that I built, we own and operate. It's in Tacoma, Washington. Right. So it's not a nightclub. We don't do nightclub activities, but it's the biggest black-owned comedy club in America. And
in America?
In America.
Oh, man, I bet.
Yeah. No, I just found that out like 3 days ago. They were like, by 5 seats, you're the biggest in the country. I was like, that's crazy. All the clubs in Atlanta and all of that, they were like, those aren't black-owned. I was like, wow. So there's 5 black-owned clubs in the country and a 6th if this guy succeeds down in Killeen, Texas with what his endeavor.
So if we do comedy here, that makes this number 7 at the Columbia City.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but you got to be full-time. You got.
Oh, okay. All right.
You got. That's got to be your main thing now.
I got you.
Yeah, that's part of the criteria is that's what the business is based on. And so we've already had some pretty epic shows. We've had George Lopez. We have. I'll tell you what we're going to have instead of the past. So we have Earthquake is coming this weekend.
Okay.
And Earthquake is a trendsetter, and he's a historic act himself. I think, in my opinion, he's top 3 in that's doing it and alive right now. Then we have George Wilborn, who is the funniest man to ever grab a mic out of Chicago, and we can argue about it if you want. Then other than that, we have some bigger acts, and I don't have my calendar, obviously. I'm wearing sweats, but we have Marlon Wayans coming, we have Desi Banks coming, we have D.L. Hughley coming, and all of this is before the end of March. So it's going to be a lit, we're going to call it our own version of March Madness. And it's going down. So it's 280 seats. It's a full-service bar. It's 33 feet tall, vaulted ceilings, 10,000 square feet. It's a massive undertaking. And so I'm wildly proud of it and pretty much working every essence of me to make sure that it's successful.
Nate Jackson. Nate, are you a comical historian? Are you a person who has made it a practice to take a look at the comedy stylings of those who've come before you? Was that something, or were you just funny and said, to hell with it, I just do what I do?
At first, I was just like, man, I'm just gonna do me. And then you do a little research and you realize a lot of stuff has already been said before you. And so you should probably pay a little homage or slow down and take a look at what's already there before you put your flag in it and say it was yours. Not that that's been a problem I've had, because I'm pretty original, I would say. I do all authentic thoughts in my own writing, but at the end of the day, it makes sense to go back and look what was before you. Like, I'd be remiss to not do my research and see some of the ground that was laid before me by acts that we all have heard of, and even acts that we haven't. You know what I mean? Like, the Dick Gregory's. When you talk about Black history, you literally cannot talk about Black history in any relationship to comedy or live entertainment and not mention Dick Gregory. He basically sacrificed his entire career while still running his career for the movement, Acts like Rudy Ray Moore, who said yes when everyone said no. Yeah. You know what I mean? Acts like Richard Pryor that just transcended and changed everything from when they took the stage. He's the first comic to just be honest and to not act and to do a shtick. And Eddie Murphy, the first comic to make it cool, the first one to be a rock star and do it. You know what I mean? Even Cat Williams, he's crazy, but he's the first one to pimp at the same time as do comedy. But there's so many acts, and there's Moms Mabley, and I mean, you could just look back at like the historic Apollo Theater in New York, and you can see that comedy has truly had a voice along the years as we've developed and gone through change, and we've grown as a culture.
When you first realized, that you were funny, was it because it was funny to you and you didn't give a damn if you had a response back or not? Or were people telling you, man, Nate, you did that boy funny?
Yeah, no, people told me I was funny. And what I noticed from myself at a young age is I was chasing laughs. So whatever made people laugh, I was doing, almost buffoonery. I was a class clown, and I spent more time in the principal's office than classrooms, essentially. And then as I grew older and matured into my own voice and knowing who I am, I was like, okay, this is what's acceptable and what isn't. And then I found out about the comedy business and stand-up as a profession, and I was like, okay, let me take this serious. Yeah. And so that's how, it's been about 17 years. So from then to now, there's been quite a bit of advancements.
What was the response from your family and friends when you were saying, because you're obviously a smart, brilliant guy, I'm going into comedy? For a lot of people, that would have been a big risk for a number of different reasons, because if you have an audience out here like this and they're not laughing at your jokes,
right?
I'm sure that's not a good feeling. So what was your family's response? Did you have support from your friends, from your family when you made the decision to go into comedy?
Yeah, so my family's pretty close-knit. I have 2 older sisters and then my parents. And so my older sisters were immediately supportive. They're like, that makes perfect sense. He found something he can be stupid in and actually gain accolades for. My dad was like, all right, let's see what you got. And my mom was like, you can't do none of that until you get your degree. So I got my degree, but at the same time, I was doing comedy on weekends and stuff. So my family's been very supportive. But the good thing is, with me, and I think with anybody who's venturing into a new talent or something, when your family's trying to assess your future and what you want to do and what they think you need to do, if you actually are good at said thing and they can see even a glimpse of potential, they kind of go with you on it and become to be supportive if they're worth their salt as parents. And so my parents, with my household actually, everyone's an entrepreneur. Like growing up, neither my parents nor I've never seen anybody go to work for someone else. They've always been entrepreneurs, and they're the ones writing the checks. And so, it sounds powerful, but that means some Christmases were lit, and the other ones were like, "Hey, man, you're gonna get your Christmas present at Valentine's." If you know about that entrepreneurial spirit, you got it. But whew, if it slows down, it's a problem. So I've seen some crazy Christmases, and I've seen some tight ones. You know what I mean? And so. But what I saw was a resilience. I saw parents that were willing to work with each other through ebbs and flows and peaks and valleys and get through, financial and mental and physical, whatever burdens that provides. Like I saw my family go through it. So when I said, hey, I'm doing the same thing, but mine's going to be a little more based on, a talent rather than like a business acumen, they went with that. But then I was speaking without knowing at the time because it's show business. And I would say 10% of this is show and 90% is business. And so my mom making me get my degree, it all kind of played one hand washing the other.
You're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio .world. This is our celebration of Black History Month.
Yeah.
The first day of Black History Month. We're going to be doing this all month long right here on Rainier Avenue Radio in so many different ways. Nate, before we go to break, I want to ask you about this. A lot of comedians say their comedy comes from tragedy and taking situations that were very difficult for them and making it funny.
Yes.
Is that your thing, or do you understand that? Where does your comedy emanate from? The first thing is it those? Do you take those letdowns, those tragic things, and say, you know what? Let me find the funny in this.
Yes, but what I found was the path of least resistance is to just talk about things that everybody can relate to, and sometimes that's not as tragic as tragedy. You know what I mean? Like I got a tattoo that says "Laugh now, laugh later." We ain't crying around here. So what I find a lot of my funny, it comes to me like I'm just paying attention, and I'm astute to my surroundings just by paying attention, being a people watcher and paying attention to situations I'm in. I'm like, this is hilarious, and then I can present that, and then we get a situation. So what you define as a tragedy, it may not be as grim as what I'm basing and finding and pulling funny out of. Something I find funny could just be how long it takes to get my order at a McDonald's now. Some people think that's a tragedy, but it's not. You know what I mean? But I'm not up here, making fun of plane crashes and all kind of crazy natural disasters. Like that's just not my angle. You know what I mean? But if something is relevant in the news or something is there to be made fun of, then I will. Like when Steve Irwin died, I had a really strong bit about how the stingrays did it for the rest of the animal community. And so people found that funny because it was a tragedy that he died, but we made it funny by talking about the stingrays and whatnot. So There's some of that there, but it's not the foundation of what I'm talking about. I just talk about my life, what I've seen, and come to find out most people have gone through or seen the same thing, but didn't look at it the way I'm talking about it.
When you're working on material, how much do you pull from the audience in that, you know, okay, you know what, I'm going to be spontaneous here. I see somebody, I see something funny, or you have your thing that you do it, because you seem very spontaneous. And I know you, Nate, and you're just funny. Anyway, you're just sitting down with you for 30 seconds, you start grinning and laughing and smiling because he's funny. But do you, where does the audience come in? Do you have a script that you're using, and you sometimes go, to hell with the script, this is all off the top, freelance?
Here's the thing. So there's about 7 comics in the country that just perform with no set at all. Okay? The rest of the majority literally go down their set list. You can watch them on any given night. You walk in at 9:15. If they started at 9, they're on the same sentence. I find that boring. So I have prided myself in being one of the 7 who can just completely freestyle. But I have sets. Like, if I go up tonight, I'm probably going to do a set. I've looked at some jokes and said, all right.
Do y'all want to see a set?
Is that something you want?
Wait a minute, wait. This is Nate Jackson, super funny. I want to see a set. Do y'all want to see a set?
Well, I guess I'm doing a set.
Well, we're going to go to break, and we'll be back in about 3 minutes, and we'll start out with Nate doing what Nate does. Thank you all for listening to us on Rainier Avenue Radio .world all month long, celebrating Black History Month.
Yeah.
Giving you what I call the Black experience through the different ways that we're going to be celebrating this month. So we'll be back in about 3 minutes. And, well, when we come back, Nate will be here, and I'll be back a little bit later. We'll see you in about 3 minutes.
You are listening to Rainier Avenue Radio .world. Don't forget to log on www.rainieravenue.world.
How would COVID vaccines work in your body? Here are 3 things to know. Number 1, a vaccine is basically a training session for the immune system. Vaccines teach the immune system to look for the key features of a virus. So when a virus does show up, it's ready to fight it off. Number 2, a vaccine gives your body a plan to recognize the virus. Then your immune system starts preparing by making antibodies, or fighter cells, that stay in your blood as protection in case the virus tries to invade. What this means is you get immunity against the disease without having to get sick first. Number 3, when enough people's bodies know how to fight off a virus, it has nowhere to go. That slows the spread. When people get a vaccine, we're able to stop the spread quicker and get closer to ending the pandemic. To learn more, go to covidvaccinewa.org. A message from the state of Washington.
The beat of the Fox with nastiness is back on K-Fox Night Beat.
Yo, what's the deal? It's the legendary Hall of Fame DJ Mixmaster Ice from UTFO.
What's up? Who you thought this is? This is Sir Mix-a-Lot.
And this is Terry Lewis.
And I'm Grand Mixer GMS.
What's up, y'all? This is DJ Third Degree.
This is JJ Hudson from the High Children family.
Sunday nights from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's K-Fox Night Beat with DJ Nastiness.
Bringing back the memories.
Bringing back the memories.
Bringing Seattle's hottest music.
Bringing Seattle's hottest music. Rainier Avenue Radio .world.
That's my noise. Peace. Black Dollar Day's King County Reparations Project cordially invites you to Remembering Black Wall Street, featuring Dr. Phil Armstrong.
Hello, Seattle and surrounding communities. I'm Phil Armstrong. I'm the director of the Greenwood Rising Black Wall Street History Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Please join me in Seattle this coming Saturday, February the 5th at Washington Hall at 5 p.m. for Remembering Black Wall Street. I look forward to engaging with everyone, whether you are joining us physically or virtually. for these important, courageous conversations.
For more information, visit eventbrite.com, remembering Black Wall Street.
Your community radio station will provide you with more information. Rainier Avenue Radio.
If you or a family member are 55 or over and need nursing home level care, but want to keep living where you are, check out Providence Elder Place PACE. This program offers healthcare, housing, transportation, and recreational activities. There are no co-pays or deductibles, and it's covered through Medicare and Medicaid. Providence Elder Place PACE works to keep you healthy and in your home. Call 206-320-5325 or visit providence.org Elder Place. Providence.org Elder Place.
Hi, it's your favorite Rainier Avenue radio host from the Clean Greens Living Live show. It's Queen Bree and Robin T. Our show is live every Thursday at 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with topics ranging from life from the farm, health and wellness, and race and social justice.
We feature guests each week with expertise in activism, entrepreneurship, healing, and food justice.
So come join your girls live every Thursdays at 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Clean Greens Living Live show. You can even call in and be a part of the show.
All right, welcome back to Rainier Avenue Radio celebration of Black History, the first day, 2022 Black History Month, live from the Columbia City Theater. Put your hands together for our very own super funny Nate Jackson.
Well, first of all, I'm gonna need some more claps. I don't know what that's about. Y'all not just gonna clap 2 times for me, you hear me? Little studio audience, make me feel like I'm in front of everybody. Y'all doing all right? Listen, I know the people at home can't see this, but it's cold as hell, and I think that's worth discussing. Global warming is not real. It's cold enough in here to make a pimp hoe. And a whole pimp. It is cold in here. I can see my breath and can't feel my toes, man. Keep it real. They said, what I want to drink? I'm like, some cocoa. Man, it's cold. I done got fat messing with the pandemic. So now all I wear is sweats and T-shirts. Straight up. Am I the only one that gained weight? Keep it real. Exactly. Really, the way I see it is if you didn't gain some weight during the pandemic, what were you doing? All the deliveries and all that food, this is a time to get big. Now the pandemic is ended. You get fat now, you just messing around. You wasted your time. Let me tell you what I realized. I realized I got frustrations with getting my food. I be hangry. Really, I be angry and then a little bit hungry until I eat. I be pissed off. I'm going to be honest with you. McDonald's about to make me knock the arches off the building. I'm so mad. They got a new thing they do where you pull up to order and they tell you we only taking DoorDashes right now. I'm like, well, what's this about? Why don't you put a cone in the drive-thru then? Why you let me pull up and look at all the pretty pictures of the food I want to eat, set my taste buds to eat me a quarter pounder, and then tell me I got a DoorDash. Okay, bet. Now I'm in a parking spot at McDonald's DoorDashing to my car. Disrespectful. I get impatient. You ever been in line waiting for your food so long you Google the location and call the manager inside? Oh, I'm the only one that's just been out there like car number 3. Hello? Yeah, is this the McDonald's on 72nd? Listen, I'm in the 3rd car, and y'all in there, and y'all bullshitting. What I need you to do is take all the burgers and everything you got ready, whether it's their order or not, and I need you to put it in that van up there full of Samoans. I don't know what they're ordering, but the whole community about to eat. I'd be so mad. Put all the food in the window and get them out the way. You ever been in line so long that you bumped the car in front of you? Not enough for an insurance claim, but just to let them know you back there. You ever just bump them and they be like, what the hell? And then they look in their rear view and you in the back like, move, it's Whoppers in there, ho. You know, and I'm serious about my burgers, you hear me? I make Big Macs out of Whoppers. I don't know nobody who does that. That's right, I get a 2 for $6 and take the top off of one and put them together. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. I eat burgers for real. I ate so much Five Guys, they made me the 6th guy. I'm on the wall. I am officially the 6th member of the Five Guys establishment. I don't know what they putting in them burgers, but they are delicious. Y'all got Five Guys up here? Tell me it ain't delicious. Huh, the cheese be all in the shape of the foil. We don't even care. It's in foil. Like, what is that about? It's 2022. What are you just handing me? You handing me some dope? Get it out of the foil and give me the burger. I be hungry, man. They play with your food. Dairy Queen? Oh, man, I like blizzards, right? Chocolate chip cookie dough blizzard, my favorite blizzard, but I don't know why they take so long these days. I don't know if they're understaffed because of the pandemic or what, but it's disrespectful to me for me to wait 28 minutes in the drive-thru and come up to the window and you playing with my food. They do it to everybody. Is this what you order? Hey, man, if that falls out that cup, I'm going to drive through the lobby. Ain't nobody in there. Ain't nobody ever in Dairy Queen. So I'll be cool, but I'm driving through. It says drive-through, so here we go. You gonna hold my blizzard like, if you don't, man, and they be messing with you. You want a lid? Do I look like I want a lid? No. It ain't no damn to-go dessert. It's gonna be milk and cookies when I get home. Just hand it to me. I'm finna eat that before the stop sign. Sir, the stop sign is right there. I know where it's at. I know where it is. You want a spoon? I might, maybe not. What's up? I get infuriated. It's just when I'm hungry. Once I eat, I'm cool. I'm like, that was all right. But beforehand, oh, man, everything pisses me off. Chipotle? Oh, my God. Oh, my. Chipotle is so disrespectful. Oh, you think black people get mad about having to pay for some sauce? Chipotle wilding out. You got to pay for everything. It don't matter what the menu say. It's going to be different at the end. They worse than Subway. When is the last time you got a $5 footlong? You can ask for a $5 footlong, but when you get to the register, they be like $28.95. You're like, what did y'all catch the chicken and put why is it $28? This is disrespectful. This is priced as if I built a Subway to ride to Subway. Chipotle's terrible, man. You got to tell them how you want your food. They making it for you. They don't listen. They doing it wrong. They taxing you at every station that you get down. You might as well just have video game tokens, man. It's ridiculous. Sour cream, avocado, guacamole, everything is extra. It's terrible. They charge you extra for stuff that should be built into it. This is what pissed me off. When they get the spoon and they put all that chicken on there, and the chicken be balanced on there. The chicken be, it look like Mount Rainier. The chicken be like, hey man, we about to go, baby. It be wanting me to eat it. It's all on there. What they do? They take the spoon and hit it against the side. They knock off half my goddamn chicken. All the chicken to roll back into the thing. And then they gonna look at me and like, hey man, if you want double meat, let us know. It's an upcharge. Well, actually, Todd, I don't want double meat, bitch. What I want is, I want you to take the chickens that you just knocked off my spoon and charge me regular price. They be like, oh, well, we don't know which chickens it was. I'm like, well, I do. It's that one and that one and that one and that one. They're still moving. If you hurry up, Todd, you can grab them and put them back. And once you get them back on the spoon and you get them in my bowl, sir, that is when I want double meat, asshole. They charge you for everything. Chips. A regular size chip got 12 chips in it. A large chip got 13. And they charging us for shit. Like, did I not pay for the chips and offset that price with the guacamole and all the other stuff? No, chips cost at Chipotle. It should be free. It's in the name. It's Chipotle. Give me the chips, or I'll make this restaurant a drive-through. I get frustrated. Pandemic messed up dating forever. Nobody had sex the way we wanted to. For 2 years, everybody was dry. Or you're a lawbreaker and you did too much. 6 feet. You can't get close to nobody 6 feet. That's frustrating. 6 feet. I'm like, man, they gotta lower these feet so I can meet somebody. You know what I'm saying? I get so mad. Like at 6 feet social distancing,
I just get frustrated with, like, I have to keep on only using the tip. And I feel like if they could just bring it down some, I could get more of me involved in the situation. 6 feet is trash. Give me 4 feet. Let me put a little bit more in there. Dating is crazy, man. People catfishing left and right. People went into the pandemic and came out whoever they wanted to be. I'm serious. People went in white men and came out black women. It's crazy. You are what you say you are on the internet. You have fully transitioned through your keyboard and catfishing people. My homegirl got catfished. It was terrible because I tried to warn her. She was on Plenty of Fish. That's the first thing wrong right there. I don't know if y'all date online, but it is aggressive on Plenty of Fish. POF should not be, the F shouldn't be for fish. Let's just say there's plenty going on, but it ain't fishing, you hear me? And the women are the most aggressive ones on the app. I had the app on my phone for like 20 minutes, that's it. And I met a girl, we matched, and we start talking, and I share. I'm like, I'm a Leo, I like long walks. What are you into? She was like, let me see your dick. I was like, whoa. Wait a minute, hello? What's your sign? I sent it, but I just feel like we needed to talk. So my homegirl falls in love on there. She met a dude that's like, and this is her fault, I think, because what women do is they meet somebody that looks like what they think is perfect for them without meeting them, and they fall heads over heels, and then they find out later that's not who I thought it was. And that's even without the internet. So you know it's bad on the internet. She likes light-skinned dudes with light-colored eyes and wavy hair. Not the waves you're thinking where they go forward, the waves that comb backwards into a ponytail looking like Ice-T from 1972. And she was on Plenty of Fish and met a dude that looked like Simba when he ran away from Pride Rock as a teenager. She was full on in love and showing me pictures. I was like, he might not even be real. This is the internet. You need to slow down, and you need to have him grab today's paper, circle the date, and write your name across the headline. Then he could take a picture. He need to send some video. I want to FaceTime with him. Is he real? He sent the picture with the newspaper. I was like, I'll be damned. So now you got to go kick it. He real? If you in love and he in love and he real, go ahead and hang out with him. So she went to go kick it with him. I bump into her the next day. I'm like, oh, you got to give me the juice. What happened last night? Did you fall in love? She was like, hell no. I'm like, what happened? She said, I don't want to talk about it. I said, well, that's all I want to talk about now. You need to tell me what happened. She's like, okay, so this is what happened, right? So I get over to his house, and I walk in, and it smells good, and, you know, he looks good and everything. And then I look down, and he didn't have any legs. To which I said, I'm sorry, what? And she said he didn't have any legs. She said he was a chicken nugget. I said, wait, he was a boneless wing? She said, yes. Somebody had propped him up on the couch. She thought he was playing and had his legs inside the cushions. No, he didn't have no legs. And I asked her what everybody wants to know. Did you smash him? She like, no, I didn't do it. I was like, see, life is too short, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you go all the way over there, you done filled up your tank, got your outfit on, went over there. He ain't got no legs. Don't discriminate. Hang out. Have some fun. Make up a new position. You know what I'm saying? Because if I went to a girl's house and she finessed me into thinking we were going on a long walk like I like, and she didn't have no legs, oh, we definitely making up positions. Guess what? We about to be a helicopter. Like, I'm doing stuff. And if she don't want to go, that's fine. But I'm going to steal everything out the living room. She not going to run me down. I'm like, this is a lamp. Who want a lamp? I'm going to offer up 40 cents. She not going to run me down. It's his fault, really. He shouldn't have let her know he didn't have any legs. He should have sealed the deal and then showed her he didn't have no legs. That's what I would have done. If I was legless, I would have sex first. Then she could find out. And I know the women are like, how is that even possible? You come to my legless house, I'm in a bubble bath, hella bubbles. The water's fine. Come on in. It's way too late for you by the time you realize I ain't got no legs. I got catfish too. I can't act like I'm better than what she went through. I fell for the okie doke. I met this girl online on Tinder, and she was beautiful. Like, she was so fine, I don't even think she really should have been on the internet like that. Like, she looked so good, she could have just sat down Indian style in the middle of the mall between two kiosks. Somebody gonna stop and try to change her life. She was so fine, and she popped up, and she was doing extra stuff, like winking. You don't have to wink on a dating app, ladies. Just make your regular face, okay? All these women on here, and you want to be extra. You want to get one up on all the other women. Hey, I saw that wink. I knew exactly what it meant. She thirsty. She's ready. She wants me. I saw the wink. As soon as I saw it, I was like, thunder swipe. I swiped Tinder so hard, Instagram opened, and that's how thirsty I was, you know what I'm saying? And we went out to a restaurant and kicked it, and I was sitting, it was Cheesecake Factory at South Center, and I was chilling in the well-lit bar, and she came in. She like 5 minutes late. She came in, and her eye was still shut. I was like, wait, I thought you were winking. And she didn't care. She knew she was fine with that little eye, man. She was singing and everything. Baby, won't you come my way? I was like, you're not gonna sing one-eyed rapper songs. That's what you're not gonna do with one eye. She's disrespectful. She got one eye. She should have said something. I didn't have to go to a well-lit restaurant. We could have went to a shooting range. Everybody got one eye shut at the shooting range. Nobody would have noticed. We could have went shot some pool. Everybody got one eye closed. She up in a Cheesecake Factory with the dirty baby doll eye. You know when you clean out your childhood closet and that baby doll's in the back corner all dirty, and then the hook inside the eye is off the hook inside the socket, and then the eye opens up every time you tip it back. That's what she showed up with, the Toy Story dirty baby doll eye. She should have told me. I'm a gentleman. If I knew her eye was messed up, I would have messed my eye up too. Right when she came in, I would have already had it shut. An eye for an eye. I've seen that on a bumper sticker. I wouldn't even have brought my iPhone, just off the string. I'm a gentleman. We go home, we taking the streets. We're not getting on I-5, I-18, no eyes. I'm a gentleman. She wants some pancakes, we going to Denny's. Thank y'all.
Nate Jackson.
I did. I was trying to get on that Cube 93 morning show so bad. I used to drive up every day from Olympia to go to Clear Channel, Seattle, trying to be on that radio. And Tony knew what I was up there for. He was like, keep coming around me and doing what I ask, and then you can go to the other side of the office and see if they'll get you home. He had my back, man, so I always thank you for that.
Welcome, everyone, to Black History Month.
Yay. Check.
We broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We are your community radio station. We have over 80 members of our community who broadcast or host or produce shows on this radio station. That's what it's about. It's about elevating and amplifying the voice of the folks in our community. We do that through critical issues talk shows. Some shows you might find weird. Some shows you might find funny. At least they hope they're funny. We also broadcast high school sports.
Nice.
Sports in general. You listen to this radio station, and you will hear a perspective on sports that you will identify with. Granville Emerson hosts Lidline Sports. Ricky Dupree hosts Duper on Monday nights, and then also Mosquito Morere hosts Seattle Sports Weekly on Thursdays. And then, like I said, we broadcast basketball, football, and baseball. In addition to that, we broadcast all types of music. You will hear shows of multiple languages on this radio station. And we have youth programming. For youth, by youth, we don't edit it. It's whatever those particular something I'm really proud of is the fact that we're also an educational institution. We've graduated, and this deserves an applause, over 400 students.
Oh, wow.
We have taught them everything from communications, journalism, app design, web design, math, coding, film, photography, and broadcasting.
Wonderful.
And I'm excited to add that we just added another program to our curriculum that has to deal with the trades. So we'll be teaching carpentry and cement making and all those things. And I say this, you can't have a building unless there's a door. So somebody has to make it. You're going to need a door no matter what building you have. It's a way to be your own boss. So we're excited to have that right along with the technology courses that we have as well. So 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, Rainier Avenue Radio, and we continue to plan on celebrating Black History Month. We'll have another Black Comedy Night on Valentine's. And we'll also, again, like I said, again, have a Valentine's. You know, that is beautiful, different than Valentine's.
Right.
And then also, again,
I like February 15th.
February 15th, we're having another one of those critical conversations. It's called Being an African Immigrant in Black America.
Ooh-wee.
And so we tackle all those different issues. We're going to also have mental health shows. And I was going to mention, I don't know if you're familiar with Aaron Jones, his bassist, Bob Lovelace, there in France right now. Bob will be back, and he will be right here on the stage for us for Black History
Oh,
Month
that's beautiful.
as well. And then again, our ending it all up with our Black Wall Street. So, Nate, now that we've got to this point, I want to talk to you about becoming an entrepreneur. Clearly, he's funny. Anybody disagree? I don't think that's the issue here anymore. But then to take it to the level where you say, okay, this is cool. Or you tell me where it was for you that made you decide, I need my own place. I need a place.
Okay. Well, first, I'll say, in the spirit of what you're talking about, we have comedy classes at the club as well, so that people can come and get good at telling jokes and see the first steps to starting a comedy career.
I have one joke.
Oh, snap.
And I'm not funny.
Okay.
But I have just one joke, so I'm going to tell it to you.
You're going to tell it?
On. Yeah, and then I want you to grade it.
No matter what, laugh hysterically. You hear me, people?
But continue. What made you decide to take that big step of owning the largest comedy club in the country? By 5 seats.
Hold on. Largest black owned. There's some
largest
big
black owned.
There's some big white
Largest
clubs out
black
there now. I mean, if people know my journey, I mean, it's kind of like you can. I think it's Googleable, but at least on my website, you can see that for years I was producing comedy shows called the Super Funny Comedy Show, and I had like 12 rooms that I ran all around the Pacific Northwest, and then I combined them all into one big room. It was on Thursday nights in Tacoma at a place called Varsity Grill, and we did like 380 to 420 people every Thursday night, and it was a vibe. And from then on, I was like, this needs to be a full service comedy club. Like, there's a lot of revenue going past us for all the effort we're putting together, because we would just make money from the door, and we're still successful with that. So I said, if I own the place, I bet they're making some good money at the bar. And so it just made sense when you take what a comedy club is with entertainment, food, beverage, to bring it all into one roof, if I were going to be working that hard to put that many people in seats. So that's where the idea was born from. And then I started collecting features that I saw in different clubs that I was working at around the country that I thought were dope. And like, I literally would take pictures and save them in a note. So I was like, man, if ever one day I get, like, I want this like Caroline's in New York. I want that like Uptown Comedy in Atlanta. I want this, like, you know. And so I was picking up things that I liked, and we did most of them at the club in Tacoma, so it's really, really nice. There's nothing obstructing view. Everyone gets a table. Everyone gets a chair. You know, it's a 33-inch high stage, so everybody has a great view. There's giant VIP booths in the back. It's really fantastic, you know. State-of-the-art sound system, lights, HVAC, all of that is present. So
right now, you know, in radio we call this shameless self-promotion.
You want me to talk about myself?
I want you to talk about who's coming to the club,
Oh,
how you
okay.
can get tickets, all that.
Okay, cool. Let me pull up the website. Meanwhile, I'll say this while I segue. So I'm on MTV Wildin' Out, so please go watch old episodes of that. Thank you. Also on NBC's #1 rated comedy, The Young Rock, Dwayne Johnson's sitcom. I play Junkyard Dog on there currently, season 1 and season 2 that are out. And then recently I was also a guest star on Curb Your Enthusiasm with Larry David on HBO.
All right.
So please catch me on your screen too. So for the club itself, it's superfunnycomedyclub.com, nice and simple. And this weekend we have Earthquake. February 11th and 12th, like Valentine's weekend, we have George Wilborn. Then we have D.L. Hughley for the 18th through the 20th. Then Tony Rock, Chris Rock's brother, on the 25th through the 27th. And he's hysterical. So me saying Chris Rock's brother kind of sucks because as funny as he is. Then for March 3rd through the 5th, we have social media superstar Tony Baker, the guy that does all the animal voice impressions. And then March 17th through the 19th.
How's Tony doing?
Tony's doing fantastic.
Is he doing good?
He's doing good, man. He's as good as a person can be for him having lost his son this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he loves comedy, so he can't help but to see the funny and the tragedy and trying to make it work. You know what I mean? Then we have Marlon Wayans, March 17th through the 19th, and then we end out March with Desi Banks, another social media superstar, March 25th to the 27th, and he said he's gonna bring parlay. So. If you know comedy and you know good comedy, then you know this is kind of the place you need to be at. We have shows Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays. There's 2 Friday, 2 Saturday, and 1 Sunday. And again, tickets and more information are available at superfunnycomedyclub.com. And if you prefer to look on your phone, that still works there, but you can also follow us on Instagram at superfunnycomedyclub.
All right. So you have comedy school.
Yes.
I'm going to tell my joke.
Okay.
And I'm not, I mean.
I'm laughing no matter what you say.
Okay. And so I'm going to tell the joke. You guys do whatever you do. I'm fine with it. If you don't laugh, I'm okay with it. But I want you to, give me some pointers or whatever. Tell me. And this is my own joke.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. The whole thing. I got to stand up and everything.
Y'all give it up for Tony Benton.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So a basketball rolls into a restaurant. The restaurant owner looks at the basketball and says, "We don't serve your kind in here." The basketball looks back up at the club owner and says, "I'm going to take you to court."
And then he bounced.
That's it.
Man, thank you for having me, man.
Mr. Nate Jackson. We thank everyone here in our live studio audience for being here tonight. Did you have a good time? And those of you watching, we'll be continuing to bring you our Black History Month experience for the entire month. Now, you know that we do this all year round on this radio station, but we're really looking forward to making sure that you get a Black experience when you listen to Rainier Avenue Radio this month. That's it. That's all the time that I have. That's going to do it for the kid. It's me, Tony B. of Rainier Avenue Radio, saying to everyone out here, remember, whether you believe you can or whether you believe you can't, you're probably right. I'm out. Peace.